Hey guys, after playing nearly 100 hours in Conquest only, I decided to check out what's Hazard Zone like and I'm glad I did. It's definitely a completely different game mode and I find it interesting. I didn't do any research before playing it when I should have, but I quickly got the idea what it is about. It reminds me of the Dark Zone in Division 2 in a good way. Your gear and equipment aren't free if we're not counting the starter kit the game gives you, so even if you fail and lose your money, you can still start a new one without any issues. After I was done playing, I did some research to learn the basics. There's currency called dark market credits, with which you can buy the loadout you want. So the existing loadouts you have, they don't work here, but if you buy the AC-42 for example, you automatically get the attachments you already have on the weapon in the standard game mode like Conquest. You can even buy perks and upgrades for your character. You do get real people there, but you also get AI controlled occupying forces. The more players and NPCs you kill, the more drives you extract, the more dark market credits you make. The equipment in the shop is pretty cheap, so playing one match even if you don't extract is gonna grant you some cash. The purpose of the hazard zone is to gather data drives and extract with them while killing as many people as possible. One person can carry a maximum of 3 data drives, so a full squad can have 12 drives in total. You can come up with any strategy. For example, you can focus on hunting enemy squads and taking the hard drives they drop. When you get downed, you also drop your data drives. You're allowed to move around while you're bleeding out and you have to be picked up by your team. Patience is the key to success. Getting third-partied by another group is pretty common and you deal with that a lot. So maybe if you see two teams fighting, it would be smart to wait and see how things develop and then you become the third party. Two birds with one stone. The matches can last a bit and you need a lot of bullets to either attack other squads or defend yourself while waiting for extraction. There are some sort of ammo stations spread around the map as far as I noticed, but you'll need someone in your squad bringing ammo because you'll be fighting a lot, and if you run out of ammo, you can't just simply run to the ammo station to get some. You will probably get killed on the way there. This is where picking different specialists benefit your squad a lot. Angel feels like a must in a squad as he supplies ammo and he can even refill explosives too. Remember, you can use different ammo type and if you happen to run out, the magazines have their own ammo count. For example, I have incendiary grenade launcher on my ACAR and I switched to that for a second to deal with an enemy Irish hiding behind his own deployable covers. So if you wanna get into Hazard Zone not just for one game to see what it is like, I would suggest you to customize your weapons to benefit as much as possible. Like attaching a long range scope on an AR because sometimes you will need it. I did it in the first few games even though I don't like using them. ADR would help you sometimes and you might wanna have it in your third slot. It's up to you, but think about it. Take your time to customize your weapons to give yourself an advantage before starting a match. Angel can also call in a supply drop and everyone can change their loadout if you've moved to another area that would benefit a more specific type of weapons. Before starting the game, where you can choose perks, I suppose it would be a good thing if everyone picks something different, so you can synergize together. Since everyone are being more cautious, most fightings are mid-range or mid to long. I played few games and I never really needed a close range weapon. Ammo is precious and you can run out pretty quickly. I like the AK-24 because I think it has the best customizations, but I tend to waste a lot of ammo with it and that's why I'm sticking to the AC-42. The range and accuracy that weapon has is amazing and it helps you conserve ammo as well. I suggest you to stay away from weapons like K30 Vector, MP9, shotguns, you get the point. I'll try the DM7 myself because it seems like it would work there perfectly. Now here's a bad thing. Battlefield 2042 doesn't have a voice chat, and I can't even chat in general because I'm on console, which makes no sense since I have a wireless keyboard connected all the time. At least use the ping system please, it helps by letting others where you spot enemies, do you need ammo, things like that. Communication is really essential for a game mode like this one, and it's very hard to succeed without talking to each other. I hope they add voice chat to your squad at least. I know the ping system is not perfect, but it's better than nothing for sure. There are also vehicles in Hazard Zone, but it feels risky. One of the games I played, I saw two people vibing in a LATV4, but they quickly got destroyed as they were the biggest threat and everyone kinda focused on them because of that minigun. And getting killed in that vehicle is not that hard, it's too open. I'm not sure honestly which vehicles you can pick in Hazard Zone. This truck definitely can help your squad in some situations, but don't depend on it too much. I just got the idea of putting C5s on a truck and leaving it close to an enemy squad like a bait. The moment they hop in, it's game over. Even if someone survives, you can take him down in a couple seconds. Also, plan your loadout with your squad to be able to fight vehicles. You don't know what you'll run into, but you need to be prepared for anything. When I'm playing Conquest as a fixer, welder, repairman, I'm using the AK-24 because of the customizations the gun has. This is where the 40mm AP underbarrel attachment comes handy, as I can have the rocket launcher equipped. It would be useful if one person is using the M5 in Hazard Zone, but definitely not everyone. There are uplinks that will give you some useful options on the battlefield. You can redeploy your squad members if they are killed. You also find uplinks for Ranger, the dog drone, and vehicles as well. Ranger might give away your position if you're hiding, but he's a good asset. You know how far he can shoot things, so he's great for identifying enemies you might not see. He's also a decent shooter and your enemies will be forced to kill him, which means they'll be getting distracted and wasting ammo. Pay attention to how many data drives you have and your squad members. You can carry 3 drives at a time. Now, if you don't have any data drives and one of your squad members has 3, it would be a good idea to protect him from enemies since they can't take anything from you, but they can steal his drives if he dies. If your whole squad is full of data drives, it might be smart to hang back and avoid fighting since you can't carry any more and engaging fights is pointless and it might only get you killed. You have a lot to lose and the enemy might have absolutely nothing, so be careful. If you have few drives in your whole squad, it might be a good idea to spread them between you, so even if someone dies, he won't lose all of them. If you have 4 drives in total and you're carrying 3 of them and the other one is in your squad member, if you get killed by enemies, they might take all of them immediately. But if you spread the 4 drives in every member, you will lose only 1. It's not super hard to get your hands on a data drive, but it's not like they're raining from the sky, and the easiest thing is definitely losing them. You do drop data drives when you're downed and you're bleeding out, so remember to pick them up if your team revives you. They can be taken from an enemy squad as well, without having to kill you. You should always try to extract from the hazard zone, even if you and your squad are not full of data drives. I think there's 2 condors at different spots for extraction. The first one comes about mid-game and the second pretty much at the end. When you're waiting for the condor to arrive, you should find the spot where you can be safe as much as possible, because everyone are gonna be trying to catch it. So if you see a condor landing right in front of you and you go in, keep in mind enemies are probably on their way as well and there's gonna be a fight 100%. Just because you entered in the back of the condor doesn't mean you're good to go. You have to defend yourself till the timer runs out. If you didn't see the plane landing, approach carefully because you have no idea if it's empty inside or if people are watching from cover on purpose to take you out and extract after that. I'll be spending some time in the hazard zone figuring things out on my own. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.